Coming up on Fulton Today, Fulton's WorkSource team helps to get people hired with a major international shipping company. We'll have details.
With the voter registration deadline and the beginning of early voting just weeks away, Fulton's election board is providing even more transparency to citizens to keep them up to date on all election news as the November general election approaches. I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll explain how coming up.
And Fulton Citizens University is underway for the new school year. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker with just over 6 weeks to go before the general election. The push is on to get as many people as possible registered to vote who want to take part in the big day. This as the Registration and Elections Board conducts its first meeting in a new venue to give the public a chance to watch live. FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now with more. Brian?
Shania, the first meeting here in Assembly Hall came just in time for a major issue facing the board and other election boards across the state. The issue? Paper ballots. With the banging of a gavel, a new era for the Board of Registration and Elections began. On the agenda was a number of items, including the approval of early voting locations and the department's operation report for August. But the majority of the discussion was preparations for the November election, including the feasibility of paper ballots. A federal judge has ruled the state will not switch to paper ballots for this election. That ruling means the Department of Registration and Election staff can proceed with their early voting plans. Voters will have 3 weeks of early voting starting October 15th through November 2nd. Times will be 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. the first 2 weeks, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. during the final week. Recent early voting elections featured 24 polling locations. However, library renovations have reduced that number to 20 this time around.
Unfortunately, a number of the libraries are undergoing renovation. Usually we have, for this type of an election, we would have 24 early voting locations. We're in 20 now, and because we're restricted to government buildings for early voting, we don't have a lot of flexibility because a lot of places aren't willing to have us there for 3 weeks.
An additional 10 outreach locations will also be available during early voting, 7 senior centers and 3 state university campuses. Election officials say more seniors and college students tend to vote due to the convenience. And while the early voting preparation continues, the department is bracing for a big voter turnout based on the number of voter registration applications received so far.
This year, we are on pace to break the 2016 voter registration total record. We processed about 280,000 in 2016, and I believe that we are going to break that. We might hit 300,000 depending on the number of applications we get in September and October.
As a reminder, the deadline to register to vote is Tuesday, October 9th. If your name or address has changed since the last election, you need to re-register.
Really, it's anytime your information changes. Anytime you move or you may have a name change, let us know immediately.
Election officials ask you know your polling location before leaving your house. If you don't have your voter registration card, you can check the Secretary of State's website to find your location. Now, if you'd like to attend the next Board of Registration and Elections meeting, they meet here in Assembly Hall every second Thursday of the month. The next meeting is scheduled for October 11th. You can also watch a live stream on the county's website, fultoncountyga.gov. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thanks, Brian. The program that gives citizens the opportunity to experience life as a commissioner and other county officials, well, it is back. The 2018 edition of Fulton Citizens University began with a brief history lecture of Fulton County and its Board of Commissioners. Even Commissioner Natalie Hall stopped by to greet the crew. The students were then taught about the county's mandated services, functions, and how budgets are balanced. Several of the students were surprised at what they learned during their first class.
I think it's very informative. Although I work here, I'm learning things I didn't know, so it's very informative. It's also interesting to see the citizens of Fulton and their concerns, some of their questions, and the answers that are being delivered to them.
I know about government. However, the inner workings of Fulton County government is so large that unless you know exactly who to call, people can unnecessarily suffer. Fulton County offers a lot of services, but sometimes they're the best kept secret for people that need them. So I'm hoping that I will learn to navigate the system better.
Fulton County Citizens University started back in 2004. The 12-week interactive class will visit the tax commissioner's office, the justice system, and even us here at FGTV. Now, next week, the class will visit registration and elections. Well, once again, UPS delivers jobs to Fulton citizens and by doing so contributes to the county's economic success. FGTV's Daryl Carver has the story on how Brown, with the assistance of WorkSource Fulton, is helping job seekers start a new career.
Men and women of various ages arrived at the Fan Community Center ready to fill the available jobs UPS has to offer at its new Smart Hub facility on Fulton Industrial Boulevard. This is the third of 4 recruitment events UPS representatives, WorkSource Fulton staff, and other regional partners have hosted.
Workforce Fulton is here helping screen some candidates. We're going to put them through, make sure that we've got individuals who have the skills and capable to meet UPS's needs. And if they don't have those skills, we're going to partner with them to help get them those skills and that educational opportunity for them to take advantage of career opportunities that Fulton has for them.
Officials with UPS say online shopping is increasing. And with the holiday season approaching, the shipping company is looking to hire part-time package handlers. A good work ethic and promptness can get just about anyone hired. However, some applicants still needed help getting their foot in the door. That's where UPS's partnership with the county is especially beneficial.
We look at the kind of background, the work history of the person that's looking to come on board. If they have, as far as package handler experience, warehouse experience, how long they've had it. We look at the type of resume that they have because they may need to upgrade their resume. We work with them as far as that's concerned. We also work with them when it comes to interviewing, how they can interview when they get in front of the employer, and also dressing for the actual interviewing process. So it's important that they seek out those services prior to coming to an event.
Once the applicant has that help, applying for a job during the recruitment fair is simple and fast.
It's really simple. The process takes job seekers no more than maybe about an hour to go through pretty quickly. The best thing about the event is that we've partnered with all our WorkSource boards, so anybody who's made a contingent offer or considered for a second interview actually have the opportunity to be considered for supportive services if they need assistance, for rental assistance, child care, anything like that to support them while they're being considered for employment or they actually get hired.
Pretty easy to follow along. The people here were helpful to show me where to go and stuff, so there wasn't too much guessing on what to do.
It's a very different experience because I'm not used to walking into a big career center and getting the job done. So I'm usually doing the online working and going to the center, the building itself. So this is different and new and it's exciting.
A part-time job may not be ideal for some, but when you consider full benefits and the hourly rate, these job seekers could not pass on the opportunity to work at UPS's second largest ground facility.
We actually, for this facility, got approved for a starting rate of $13 an hour for the part-time package handlers, with the opportunity for incremental increases moving forward. Currently, after 1 year of employment, you have opportunity for free insurance, medical, dental, so on and so forth. You also have the opportunity at this building for education assistance through our Earn and Learn program, and that is up to $25,000 of free money.
The fourth and final recruitment event is Friday, October 26th at Atlanta Technical College. For more information, you can call the Adamsville Workforce Development Office at area code 404-613-6381. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Daryl Carver.
A number of Fulton's justice partners are awarded as Georgia's most powerful and influential attorneys. One of the Superior Court's newest jurists, Judge Shakur Millender, was honored at the 2018 Law and Justice Awards. The judge joined Fulton County District Attorney Paul Howard Jr., Executive Assistant District Attorney Clint Rucker, and Chief Senior ADA Salita Griffin, as they were all praised for their commitment to the Fulton County community.
I set as a goal almost 10 years ago to become a Fulton County Superior Court judge, and I'm truly honored that Governor Deal selected me last month for this position. I find myself being truly fulfilled professionally when I'm serving citizens of Fulton County, and I endeavor to make my courtroom be a place where citizens can come and feel like they've been fully heard and treated with dignity and respect at all times.
Judge Millender and ADA Griffin were among the 12 Women of the Year honorees. The DA's office received the Phoenix Award for its Junior District Attorney program, and Executive ADA Attorney Clint Rucker was named Man of the Year. The Women Works Media Group presents the distinguished awards each year after a rigorous nominating process with legal professionals. And from our In Case You Missed It file, we wanted to share with you how Fulton remembered one of the darkest days in American history.
A moment of radio silence will be observed in honor of all of our brothers and sisters who lost their lives on this date in 2001.
On the anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks, the county lowered its flags to half-staff in remembrance of the first responders and innocent victims who lost their lives on that day. Fulton's emergency services team also paused with a memorial broadcast to all public safety officials at the time. Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time.
Remembrance of that day on 9/11, as most people have commented today on social media about where they were that morning, that particular morning, and for public safety, it really brings home the need that we have to keep people safe, and we're able to do that and do it in a response that's very professional and quick.
This year marks the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks. And still to come on Fulton Today, commissioners invite residents to the screening of a film that deals with the health crisis affecting people right here in Fulton County. Stay with us, everybody. Two of Fulton's commissioners invite residents to the screening of a film that deals with a countywide and a nationwide health crisis. Here's this week's District by District coverage. District 4 Commissioner Natalie Hall joins District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. for a screening of the film 90 Days, a film about the HIV crisis. The screening at the Southwest Arts Center included a panel discussion on the topic.
It is a public health epidemic, and we need to make sure that everyone is doing their part in helping to prevent the spread of this awful disease.
It's truly an epidemic that we all need to work together to try to at least eradicate it in some way.
90 Days shares the love story of a couple's relationship and life-altering decision after 90 days of dating, and confronts the human experience of overcoming one of life's greatest perceived challenges, HIV.
90 Days tells the story of Jessica and Taylor, who've been dating for 90 days. Taylor decides that he is so in love that he wants to propose to Jessica. And then the night that he proposes, there is a big reveal and their lives change forever. And it answers the question, are we greater than our secrets?
Information is power. There are many young people today, and not so young people today, that think that HIV is over, it's no longer an issue. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And so this campaign is about breaking the silence, telling our story, and giving factual information. The ultimate goal is to change attitudes, practices, which will drive down new infections in our community.
The Fulton County Board of Health has been actively involved in efforts to confront the spread of HIV in Metro Atlanta, including the launch of the PrEP Clinic to stop the spread of HIV and the establishment of the social marketing campaign #StopHIVATL. Both commissioners sat on the panel, as did Board of Health officials. I had the pleasure of moderating that panel discussion. And finally, in District 6, Commissioner Emma I. Darnell hosts the Mighty Six Strategies Task Force for Environmental Justice Quarterly Update.
This is an organization which the participants of the Harriet G. Darnell Center organized back in the early 90s when they were concerned about the information they had received about the environment, the physical environment, and the number of pollution points that we had in this area. And of course, since that time, the Board of Commissioners, working with the Strategies Task Force, has developed policies and procedures which are designed to deal with that situation.
The commissioner provided residents with the latest information on a proposed truck ordinance restricting big trucks from access on certain District 6 streets. Those gathered also got details on senior transportation and a property tax update.
She addressed a lot of needs that we have with our property taxes that we didn't know anything about.
Residents say they enjoy hearing directly from the commissioner and county staff.
I think everybody is concerned about taxes, about unequal treatment, what other resolutions they can get to these high taxes, and also development in their area, because if we had more development, maybe the taxes wouldn't be so high.
Commissioner Darnell developed the agenda for this quarterly meeting from constituent concerns submitted or communicated to her office. And up next on Fulton Today, volunteers sign up for Fulton's Medical Reserve Corps. We'll tell you what they will be doing next. Fulton's Board of Health team come together to welcome its newest Medical Reserve Corps members. Volunteers who attended this session at the health department's headquarters were explained their roles should an emergency occur. The county's emergency preparedness staff conducted the meeting because of the real need for volunteers.
It's important because, we don't have enough people in our agencies to do all of the work that would need to be done in a public health emergency. So we need volunteers who are able to kind of bolster our staff, the people who are kind of trained and subject matter experts to be able to deliver the services that we are supposed to be able to do during an emergency response.
Medical Reserve Corps provides a great structure to coordinating and credentialing and organizing and keeping engaged volunteers, both supporting day-to-day functions of public health or day-to-day surges.
Though the group is managed through the Emergency Preparedness Division, it is totally independent and led and driven by volunteers.
I'm a Master's of Public Health student at Emory University, and I'm really interested in emergency preparedness and response, and I wanted to give back to my local community.
Residents with or without a medical background are welcome to volunteer with the group. Here is the contact information if you want more details. The issue of addressing food hunger among county seniors takes center stage this month. That's because September is Hunger Action Month, and according to Americans' Health Rankings, 18.1% of adults in Georgia aged 60 and older face the threat of hunger in the past 12 months. Dr. Pamela Rochelle is the Director of Senior Services. Dr. Pam, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hello, Shania. Thank you for having me.
And when dealing with this hunger issue, is the challenge the absence of healthy choices or access?
The issue is really access. How do I even access the right foods or any food at all? So when we think about healthy choices and access is really a major problem. We have many areas in Fulton County that are actually considered food deserts. So there are no grocery stores readily available for older adults to even purchase food. So access really is a huge issue.
And what are some of the programs that your division offers to combat hunger?
Well, here in Fulton County, through our Department of Senior Services, we are addressing hunger in a variety of ways. One is through our home delivered meals program. Last year, we had the opportunity to deliver over 200,000 home delivered meals. We also provide affordable nutrition options in our senior multi-purpose facilities. We offer a breakfast and a lunch option 5 days a week. You can go to either the Harriet G. Darnell facility, the H.J.C. Bowden facility, the Dorothy C. Benson facility, or the Helene S. Mills facility.
And finally, tell our viewers how they can get more information.
Well, to get more information about our home delivered meals program, our congregate dining in neighborhood senior centers, or the multi-purpose facility lunch and breakfast affordable dining options, you can call us at our star line, which is 404-613-6000, and one of our very knowledgeable representatives will give you more information and help you sign up for these programs.
Dr. Rochelle, always good to see you. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Meanwhile, nutrition classes for the entire family are now being offered every week this month. Each Tuesday, Fulton's UGA Cooperative Extension Team is hosting classes at the Louise Watley Library, formerly known as the Southeast Branch Library. The goal of these classes is to help youth and families make healthy food choices, maximize limited food budgets, and handle food safely.
We're teaching the seniors to, continue to limit your sodium intake. That way it may eventually get you off of your blood pressure medication, and it will keep you from swelling. So when you get too much sodium in your system, you begin to swell. So we try to teach them low sodium intake at all times.
On this day, they learned all about making parfaits and breakfast burritos.
Most of us have problems with diabetes, like myself, high blood pressure and cholesterol. So it's good to learn new recipes that's simple and easy and healthy.
Now, the cooking demonstrations, tasting, and free gifts are included at each session. A certificate and cookbook will be awarded for those who complete all of the sessions. You can contact the branch manager for more details. And still to come on Fulton Today, thousands of dollars are up for grabs for various arts organizations. Details when we come back. The Department of Arts and Culture is looking to fund local artists through its Contracts for Services program. Funds ranging from $1,000 to $50,000 are available for county-based arts, cultural, and community-based nonprofit organizations and artist collectives for 2019. Eligible groups have until October 29th to apply.
Funding local artists is important to improving the economic vitality of our community. It's also important to creation of jobs and revenue for the county. And so this investment is essential to enriching the lives and the quality of life of our residents.
All applications must be completed and submitted through the Arts and Culture's website. First-time applicants are required to attend one of 4 workshops that are offered starting this week. To find out those dates of those workshops and to learn more about the application process, you can log on to fultonarts.org. And finally, it's time for Dancing with the Seniors. Participants at the HJC Bowden Senior Facility celebrate the end of summer with a little bit of salsa. Health and life consultant Gabrielle Lorenzo taught the moves, and then it was all about the basic copa and adelante steps.
I like doing it because, one, they get a kick out of it, they enjoy it, it's good exercise, it's good association as well, and it gets their body, moving, so that's a good thing.
Not only did the program provide the seniors an opportunity to learn a new style of dance, it allowed them to engage in socialization, coordination, memory, and balance.
It gave me something different and something exciting, and it gave me some twists that I didn't know I could know how to do. And it's smooth.
It was fun. You had to really use your coordination, and work together with a partner, and of course, have some rhythm.
To learn more about upcoming events at the HJC Bowden Senior Multipurpose Facility, just call 404-613-6131. Looks like fun. Before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show and any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.